Takulandirani ku AMTV Malawi kuchimake kwa nkhani zenizeni. Ngati nkhani imeneyo kuno kulibe, dziwani kuti nkhani imeneyo ndi yabodza.
State of the Nation Address by His Excellency the President, Dr. Lazarus Chakwera, from the Chair of State.
Madam Speaker, 1,684. That is the number of days that I have passed since that crisp July morning on which I was inaugurated as the 6th President of the Republic of Malawi on our motherland's 56th birthday. On that historic day, I told the Malawian people that despite our victory over the dark forces that had stolen an election from them, the task they had given me as president to correct the decades-long mismanagement of our natural and national treasures and institutions would require all of us to endure what I called, quote, the pain of systemic surgery if we ever want to enjoy wholeness as a nation, end of quote. Today, it is clear that the systemic surgery we have undergone in the past 4 years has indeed been painful. In 2020, it was painful to some in the trucking business when I declared that I would focus on bringing Malawi's dead river system back to life. That same year, it was also painful to some, Madam Speaker, when I declared that my administration would open a diplomatic mission in Israel to restore our lost friendship with a great friend of our people. And in 2021, again, it was painful to some when my administration gazetted and enforced an SME order to reserve some government contracts for local and Malawian-owned businesses, thus drying up the profits of those who had been profiting from giving most of those contracts to a few Asian businesses. That same period, it was painful to some when I decided to take a huge sum of money meant for healthy Malawians in some sectors and used it to save many thousands of Malawians sick from COVID, which had already killed over 1,000 people in a single month, including members of this House and senior members of my cabinet. And later that year, it was painful to some when I signed and enforced a new Employment Act to ensure that those who treat Malawian laborers like property would face consequences, just as it has been painful to many employers that I have twice raised the minimum wage so that it is now triple what it was when I took office. And before that first year ended, there was another wave of pain to some when senior members of the Democratic Progressive Party were arrested because of an independent audit I had ordered of the Reserve Bank of Malawi had revealed that before I took office, the books there had been doctored to prevent Malawians and the International Monetary Fund from seeing that hundreds of millions of dollars in foreign loans were being taken to hide the country's depleted forex, but also revealed that just hours before the Malawi Electoral Commission declared me the winner of the court-ordered first presidential election, the leaders of the bank effected a transfer of over 4 billion kwacha to a private bank. And then in 2022, there was a lot of pain to our farmers, for that's when Russia invaded Ukraine and caused the price of the fertilizers we import from there to go up 3 times in 6 months, forcing us to accept that global fertilizer prices, by which we had promised that a 50 kg bag would cost less than 5,000 kwacha, was no longer realistic, thus requiring us to raise the price. You may recall, Madam Speaker, that 2022 is also the year I signed and enforced a new NGO Act, which ended the practice of allowing international NGOs to operate in our country without registration or audits. And that also caused so much pain that some were lobbying to remove me. But even in the public service, Madam Speaker, it caused great pain to some when I signed and enforced a new Public Finance Management Act, resulting in the arrest of dozens of civil servants caught trying to steal public funds. Madam Speaker, let me start again. But even in the public service, it caused great pain to some when I signed and enforced a new Public Finance Management Act, resulting in the arrest of dozens of civil servants caught trying to steal public funds and preventing all political parties from taking and using public funds for political rallies. Similarly, I know it was painful to some, Madam Speaker, when I decided to give the Anti-Corruption Bureau more money, staff, and autonomy than ever, thus empowering the Bureau to confront the corruption of a few members of my own party and government, or when I decided to suspend or dismiss them from public office, so that as I stand here today, it is the opposition party seated on my left, not my party or captain seated on my right, that is keeping individuals in its top leadership who are answering corruption charges. And I have no doubt that it was painful to some, Madam Speaker, that in that same year, I decided to channel huge sums of money away from their favorite programs to go towards vulnerable Malawians who had been devastated by tropical storms Ana and Gombe, as well as towards the rehabilitation of the storm-damaged Kapichira Power Station to end the 12-hour blackouts Malawians were experiencing. I'm also sure it was painful to some, Madam Speaker, that in the middle of that year, my name did not appear in the United Kingdom's court documents listing Malawian officials suspected of corrupt dealings in public procurement. As for 2023, Madam Speaker, you will remember how painful it was to some that I cut funding to many beneficial programs in order to invest in saving millions of lives from the worst scourge of cholera in our nation's history, and to provide emergency humanitarian support to over 2 million Malawians devastated by a worst cyclone on record, Cyclone Freddy. And who can forget, Madam Speaker, the pain that was felt by all Malawians when 2023 ended with my decision to effect a 44% devaluation of the kwacha and a 4-month suspension of international travel for all public servants in order to fix the kwacha's misalignment that had been in place for over a decade without anyone doing anything to fix it. And then came this past year, Madam Speaker, which came with the pain that was caused by my tough decision to cut spending in some areas in order to provide emergency maize to hungry families after 44% of our national food crop in 23 districts was destroyed by drought. And before the year had ended, there came the pain caused by my decision to change Malawi's procurement laws and policies towards a government-to-government arrangement that now disadvantages those who have been benefiting from fuel and fertilizer procurements in the open tender system. Just as there are many who are not happy with my recent executive order requiring those who receive forex from abroad to pass it through the Reserve Bank where it can no longer be traded on the criminal black market. But worst of all, Madam Speaker, it has been excruciatingly painful to feel our hearts breaking from the shocking and tragic death of late Vice President Chilima and 8 others. Painful to feel our society being torn apart by political witch hunts and conspiracy theories about the accident. Painful to read the Commission of Inquiry's report detailing how they got on that plane, how they died, how various agencies responded when they lost contact with them, and how they were found. Painful to see the bereaved families, whom I have personally spent time with, caught in a spiral of grief compounded by political exploitation and feelings of despair. And just 2 nights ago, we were powerfully reminded by Mrs. Mary Chilima herself about how painful it is to feel stuck with questions for which only our Heavenly Father has answers about what happened on that plane before it went down. Madam Speaker, as you can see, pain has been our portion these past 4 years. And while the pain of losing loved ones has been caused by tragedies beyond our control, there is no question in my mind that the pain of losing opportunities has largely come from the systemic surgery I promised to do to prevent the use of government as an instrument for the personal enrichment of a few and promote the use of government as an instrument for the collective development of many. So today, Madam Speaker, after 4 years of allowing me to do this painful surgery in Malawi, after 4 years of endurance from Malawians of the pain they have gone through because of this surgical shift from personal interest to national development, I stand before you to report the good news that has come from this surgery. I stand before you, Madam Speaker, to report the food security development, the economic development, the governance development, the human capital development, and the infrastructure development I have delivered in each district. As a result of the patience and endurance of Malawians who allowed me to serve them. In fact, Madam Speaker, I stand before you to present a good report of good developments, and I believe the good people of Malawi will want us to take forward. For this reason, Madam Speaker, the title of my address today is, quote, taking our development forward to continue the progress we have delivered, end of quote. So, Madam Speaker, allow me to begin my submission of the progress that the sacrifice of Malawians over the past 4 years has enabled me to deliver nationwide, with a report on what we have done for the good people of Chitipa, who are represented in this House by Honorable Msukwa, Chilenga, Msongole, Masewo, and Ngami. State of development in Chitipa. In the area of Chitipa's food security development over the past 4 years, my administration has done the following. Through the program for rural irrigation development, PRIDE, we have invested 6.1 billion kwacha in food production through Mafinga and Marco irrigation schemes in senior chiefs Mulanje and Mulanje, both of which were launched in May 2022 using funds from people of Malawi and the International Fund for Agricultural Development. Through the Affordable Inputs Program, AIP, we have supported 59,637 farmers with low-cost fertilizer in the 2020-2021 growing season, followed by 48,052 in 2021-2022, 29,056 in 2022-2023, Thank you. Thank you for your help. I was secondly addressing that through the Affordable Inputs Program, we supported farmers with low-cost fertilizer. Beginning in 2020-2021 season with 59,637, followed by 48,052 in 2021-2022, and 29,056 in 2022-2023, 18,990 in 2023-2024, and 13,722 in 2024-2025, showing a steady graduation from the program. Through the National Economic Empowerment Fund, NEF, we have provided 949 million kwacha worth of loans for fertilizer to another 1,205 farmers in this growing season. Through the Mega Farm Unit, we have supported 6 mega farmers with a total of 640 bags of fertilizer, 2,000 kilograms of maize seed, and 640 kilograms herbicides to produce maize. For those with food shortages, we distributed 579 metric tons of maize, reaching 5,791 households. Apart from the school feeding programs, we are running in 183 of Chitipa's primary schools. In the area of Chitipa's economic development, what we have done over the past 4 years to create economic opportunities is as follows. We have installed a communication tower at Mwese to ensure people have access to information and can communicate for business. We have brought electricity to 171 centers and connected 2,054 houses to electricity through MARIP 9 and MEAP projects, respectively. We have installed home solar facilities in 4,333 homes to ensure households have access to light, charge their phones, and communicate for business off the grid. We have extended free water connection to 89 houses. We have provided loans amounting to 2.6 billion kwacha disbursed to 4,477 beneficiaries who have started their own business ventures. We have made social cash transfers to 5,555 households and given access to incomes to an additional 13,763 households under the Climate Smart Enhanced Public Works. And in terms of Chitipa's governance development, Madam Speaker, we have also delivered so much progress in the past 4 years. For example, to manage land administration issues fairly, we have established a district land tribunal, recruited a district land registrar, devolved land functions, and redeployed 7 staff members to the district council. Similarly, in matters of gender justice, we have worked with the Chitipa Magistrate Court, Misuku Third Grade Magistrate Court, and Tarire Third Grade Magistrate Court to increase people's understanding of how to interpret and implement gender laws at the district council. The same collaborative approach has helped us to make great strides in advancing Chitipa's human capital development in the past 4 years. Specifically, we have collaborated with 5 communities in Chitipa to build them each a community day secondary school, which can now be found at Chua, Namapasa, Namasasa, Karopa, and Goya, which are in addition to the 7 primary school blocks and 26 secondary school blocks we have built to improve enrollment figures in the district. Collaboration has also been our approach to the usage of the Constituency Development Fund that my administration provides every member of this House, which has had a great impact in Chitipa, producing 4 administration blocks and 28 houses for teachers. Correspondingly, we have recruited 630 primary school and 1,560 secondary school teachers to ensure that we reduce teacher and pupil ratio. So that's the capacity building side. But there's also a health promotion side to human capital development, which is why we have given the people of Chitipa 4 new health posts, namely Mzimba, Sokola, Titi, and Kavomero, while at the same time rehabilitating 3 old ones, namely Fumbo, Kameme, and Chitipa District Hospital. Beyond this, Madam Speaker, we have given the people of Chitipa other infrastructure development, including the Meru Garrison, where we have constructed 100 housing units. Then there is the Chitipa-Iromba Road, whose construction is at 18%, while the 260-kilometer Rumphi-Chitipa Road, whose construction I found stagnated when I visited, is now back on track. Because of these developments that we have either delivered or are making progress on in Chitipa, we want to stay focused on completing them going forward, especially because my plan is to see Chitipa become a major corridor for trade between Malawi, Tanzania, and Zambia, and to see Chitipa become home to a major city that facilitates the tri-nation trade. After all, Madam Speaker, if we have delivered so much to the people of Chitipa in their season of sacrificial pain, imagine what we will deliver to them by 2030. But, so that the 86,000 registered voters in Chitipa, I say this. To them, I say this. Be ready to hear other parties this year offering to take Chitipa backward. But remember that the reason I'm here is to continue taking your development forward. State of development in Karonga. Madam Speaker, let me now present a report on what my administration has been able to deliver for the people of Karonga, who are represented here by Honorable Kaira, Mwambande, Mwalwanda, Ndovi, and Mkandawili. Because of Karonga's willingness to ensure the pain of sacrificing personal gain for collective development over the past 4 years, we have delivered so much progress in very difficult conditions. In terms of food security development, Karonga suffered serious dry spells in 2023, which destroyed over 10,500 hectares of rice and over 8,500 hectares of maize. For those of you who watch football, that is equivalent to 26,610 football fields of rice and maize, leaving over 38,500 families in Karonga without food overnight. So what we have done in 4 years is to ensure Karonga has a backup plan for growing food in and out of season, even when it does not rain. We have done this by rehabilitating 4 previously neglected irrigation schemes, namely Wovwe, Hera, Chonanga, and Ukanga, for both maize and rice production, which should benefit from the Ntola Ilola rice scheme, where we have installed a rice milling plant that is fully operational. As for the Affordable Inputs Program, AIP, we provided fertilizers and seeds to 54,850 farmers in 2020 growing season, followed by 31,232 in 2021, then 27,849 farmers in 2022, then 13,870 farmers in 2023, and now 8,327 in the current season, reflecting a steady graduation from the program to other programs like the Fertilizer Loans Program through NIF which has so far provided 298 million kwacha in fertilizer loans to over 250 farmers, while others have been accessing fertilizers for mega farm rice production through our mega farm unit. But even with such interventions, there has still been a cross-section of households who simply need relief food. And so we have spent 1.5 billion kwacha in Karonga alone to provide food assistance to 13,803 households, as well as to run school feeding programs in 180 primary schools. Meanwhile, in the area of Karonga's economic development, Madam Speaker, our NEEF program has been key. For we have disbursed 5.4 billion kwacha in loans to over 6,500 people in Karonga to start businesses. We have also installed solar electricity in 6,531 houses, while at the same time we have brought electricity to 201 trading centers and an additional 5,062 houses through the MAREP and MAYAP programs. Then we also installed a communication tower around Chikwawa Center to connect the people there to the internet through the Last Mile project, all while bringing free water connections to 435 houses. To ensure economic security for the most vulnerable, we have made social cash transfers to 8,062 households and provided incomes to 15,967 households under the Climate Smart Enhanced Public Works. As for governance development, Madam Speaker, as in Chitipa, so too in Karonga, we have established a district land tribunal and recruited a district land registrar. Additionally, we have worked on facilities for the delivery of justice by rehabilitating and refurbishing Uliwa Magistrate Court so that cases can be heard there. Similarly, in the area of Karonga's human capital development, there is no question that the future for the youth of Karonga is tied to their access to education, which is why we have constructed 3 community day secondary schools there, namely Nsanje, Bunde, and Mayoka. This quest for more access to education is also why we have built 8 primary school classrooms and 24 secondary school classrooms and recruited 342 primary school teachers and 1,440 secondary school teachers for the education of Karonga's youth alone. And since the education of the mind must go hand in hand with the health of the body, we have now built a total of 6 health posts in Karonga, namely Humbo, Mlonda, Urak, Chitende, Tukutu, and Mtekera. But these health posts, Madam Speaker, are just a scratch on the surface of the infrastructure development we have delivered to Karonga. The $26.7 million Karonga Tower Water Supply Project, for example, is now nearly done at 98%. And so there are 184,000 people about to have clean water in Karonga town and the surrounding areas of Pusi, Mpata, Nyungwe, all thanks to OFID and Badea for partnering with us to get the project done. I must also thank the honorable members of Parliament from Karonga for the proper use of the Constituency Development Fund that I provided. For that has so far produced over 600 boreholes, 10 water systems, 55.5 kilometers of paved rural roads, 10 bridges, 8 administration blocks, and 36 teacher houses. Because of what we have delivered in Karonga, we can look forward ahead beyond 2025 to more prosperous times for I see Karonga truly becoming the breadbasket of Malawi, starting with the construction of the 600-hectare Mwenlondo irrigation scheme. I see Karonga taking its place as one of Malawi's premier tourist destinations, starting with the upgrade of its airport. where we have already made the required extensions to the runway so that international flights have already started landing there. I see Karonga rise into its potential as a mining powerhouse that finances its development, starting with the correction of past errors and acts of fraud that robbed Karonga of the benefits of the Kayarakera uranium mine. This is the direction in which I will take the development of Karonga. So to the 149,000 registered voters in Karonga, I say this: be ready to hear other parties this year offering to take Karonga backwards, but remember that the reason I am here is to continue taking your development forward. State of development in Rumphi. And now I wish to report to the good people of Rumphi, whom I have the honor of having as my in-laws, and who are represented here by Honorables Kalua, Mhango, Chindumba Mkandawire, and Dawiza Mkandawire, whose constituents have shown great endurance in this season of painful personal sacrifices, which has enabled us to deliver the following collective developments to the whole district. In food security development, we have distributed food to 5,764 households that were identified by last year's vulnerability assessment as being insecure, which accounts for 1 person in 20. We are providing AIP support to 15,255 beneficiaries in the district. We've been providing social cash transfers to 5,061 families, and climate smart cash to another 10,416 households. In economic development, we have disbursed 1 billion kwacha in NIF agricultural loans to 2,708 farmers, and disbursed another 5.2 billion kwacha to 6,300 people to start their own businesses. We have disbursed MAIC loans to 20 farmers for the creation of mega farms on estates that had remained unused for 30 years. The Mega Farm Initiative, we have extended MAIC loans to 20 mega farmers. Through Agicom, we have disbursed 726 million kwacha to 8 cooperatives involved in production, and they have built warehouses, purchased livestock, and procured processing equipment, and we will support them in the coming year with the procurement of tractors. We have given support to 19 and 5 SMEs through the Finesse project to boost their business revenues. We have safeguarded Rumphi's tourism potential by constructing 80 kilometers of fencing around the Mwanza Marsh Wildlife Reserve to reduce human-wildlife conflict. We have increased officers to the Rumphi District Council to address issues with land that is critical to the economic security of locals. In human capital development, we have constructed the Kapenda Health Center and the Mpopa Maternity Wing. We have constructed a new mortuary at Borero Community Hospital. We have recruited and deployed 191 medical personnel. We have provided university student loans to 1,002 students. We have recruited and deployed 22 permanent teachers and 96 auxiliary teachers. We have distributed 2,248 tablets to 25 schools under the BFIT program. We have constructed 16 new classroom blocks in 15 primary schools, 6 of which are already complete. We have constructed Bale and Matunka Community Day Secondary Schools with support from the US-funded SEED project, and we have expanded Old Salawi and Katowo Community Day Secondary School under the ECOS project. We have constructed an ICT lab at Jalawi Community Day Secondary School and commissioned the Rumphi Teachers Training College. We have launched Jarira National Girls School for the advancement of girls' education, and we have rehabilitated 50 classroom blocks, 4 hostels for girls, 30 teachers' houses, and 6 administration blocks across the district. In infrastructure development, we have constructed 20 bridges and gravelled 50 kilometers of local roads. Under GSED, we have constructed 2 new schools, a maternity wing at Popa, and 2 health centers. We have constructed the Chikwawa to Bembe via Barrero Road, of which 18 kilometers has already been tarred. We are also constructing the M1 road between Rumba and Ntcheu, 66.5 kilometers of which runs through Rumphi. We have connected 203 households to electricity under MARIP, plus additional 9,143 under the Solar Household Initiative, as well as another 2,117 under MEAP. We have connected 125 households to piped water under the Free Water Connections Initiative, and with generous support from the Peace Parks Foundation, we are implementing the $4.4 million Tazima Gravity Piped Water Supply Scheme, designed to serve over 18,000 people, in addition to the 6 water supply schemes built with the constituency development funds we have been providing. We have constructed 90 housing units for the security agencies in the district. That's improving public safety. And there is plenty more that is in the pipeline for the people of Rumphi in the coming season when it comes to infrastructure development, including the construction of the Chikwawa-Eotin Road, the completion of the Chikwawa-Bembe Road, the extension of the Bembe-Nyikantarire Road, the rehabilitation of Bwengu-Jakwa Road, the rehabilitation of Chiweta-Mlowe Road, the construction of new health centers at Kanyenjere, Poka, Uzumala, and health posts at Kozo, Zomba, and Bowe, the installation of street lights in Rumphi Boma, the completion of the Chitipa gravity-fed water scheme, completion of the Uzumara gravity-fed water scheme, and the rehabilitation of Mlowe Dike. Because of the patience of the people of Rumphi, in enduring a season of painful personal sacrifices, these are the collective developments that are coming to Rumphi to build on the many we have already delivered. So my message to the 94,000 registered voters in Rumphi is this: be ready to hear other parties offering to take you backwards, but I ask you to remember that the reason I'm here is to take your development forward. State of development in Mzimba. Madam Speaker, state of development in Mzimba, Madam Speaker, that's my next report on what my administration has delivered for the people of Mzimba, who are represented here by Honorables Kalaile Banda, Chihana, Chira, Chirunta Mgwira, Hera, Chamblanyina Jere, Kaunda, Mlima, Chatima Nkhata, Piri, Shawa, and you yourself, Madam Speaker. What you will find is that when it comes to food security development, Mberwa District is another council with the potential to feed itself another district. And in the past 4 years, we have invested in irrigation schemes such as Kasangazi in Inkos Kampingo Swande, which covers a total area of 100 hectares belonging to 145 farmers. We have also supported Mzimba farmers with farm inputs, 176,455 in 2020, then 182,148 in 2021, then 173,009 in 2022, then 102,208 in 2023, and 58,932 in 2024. As farmers have been transitioning from AIP, the Mega Farm Unit has stepped in to provide loans to 102 farmers to buy fertilizer and seed for growing maize on a total of 5,890 hectares of land. Similarly, we have given NIF over 3 billion kwacha in loans to 628 farmers in Ikwendeni, 1,001 farmers in Mzimba West, 917 farmers in Mzimba South, and 706 farmers at Gender. And then for the 22,966 families who did not have enough food, my office distributed 2,296 metric tons of maize worth 2.5 billion kwacha. Beyond food security development, we have invested heavily in the Mzimba's economic development. Through NIF, we have disbursed loans totaling 18.7 billion kwacha to 22,064 people to start businesses. But to another household we identified as being extra vulnerable, we disbursed social cash transfers to 21,678 households and provided incomes to another 15,624 households in exchange for work through the Climate Smart Enhanced Public Works. We have also expanded economic opportunities by connecting 440 centers to electricity under MERIP and 9,093 homes under MEA, which is in addition to the 19,253 houses we have connected to solar power and the connection to the internet and digital transactions we have made possible by installing communication towers at Vumwe and Chamaliwa. Meanwhile, in the area of governance development, Madam Speaker, we have completed the construction of Inkosi Yamakosi Mbera's house at his headquarters in Adingeni. For beyond being a home, it is a critical piece of the proper governing of the realm. Additionally, through the GSED project, we have empowered area development committees such as Mzukuzuku to monitor usage of constituency development funds. For I increased the CDF allocation to serve people, not politicians. But part of serving the people is investing in their human capital development. And in Mzimba, we have done this by building a total of 9 health posts at Toftofu, Chasamba, Chivwamba, Kayombo, Chimongondo, Kapoli, Chizani, Kambwiri, and Chamala, in fulfillment of my promise to reduce the distance our people walk to a health facility. We have also rehabilitated the OPD and maternity block and its associated external works at Mbalachanda and Choma health centers, as well as Madede, Kabwafu, Bwengu, Luzi, Kafukule health centers. As for human capital development through the education of Mzimba's youth, We have built 7 community-based secondary schools at Chintimira, Malokotera, Chisengezi, Macherechete, Viwalangalala, Njinge, and Msiki. 40 primary school classrooms and 53 secondary school classrooms, and we have recruited 767 school teachers. For higher education, I must express my regrets to the people of Mzimba for earlier delays in the progress of Nkhotakota University due to misunderstandings with the financiers about design. But I'm pleased to report that this has been resolved and the design should be done by end of this month. While 2 contractors are already on the ground constructing the perimeter fence, and another contractor has already begun mobilizing equipment, materials, and other resources to begin construction of the main facility in the second quarter of 2025. Beyond this, major university construction project and other infrastructure developments we have delivered to Mzimba district include the construction of the Chakazi Bridge, the construction of Njiri Bridge near Mzimba Boma, and the construction of the Mzimba Tangatanga Road, the construction of the Jenda Mbangweni Road, the construction of district council offices, the construction of Mzimba Stadium, the construction of a Kwenden water supply facility with funds from the European Investment Bank, which is benefiting over 55,000 people in Kwenden. Madam Speaker, because the people of Mzimba were patient in enduring this past season of personal sacrificial pain, these are the collective developments we've been able to deliver to them. And now, they can look forward to a season of prosperity, ahead of for which our plans to construct a livestock center at Ntcheu in Mzimba North, as well as both the 60-kilometer Mtangatanga Eswazini Mzalangwe Road and the 67-kilometer Eotini Chikwawa Road, I see Mzimba district becoming a bustling market of agricultural products, value addition, and cultural activities that will attract the attention of the world. So to the 371,000 registered voters in Mzimba, I say this: be ready to hear other parties this year offering to take Mzimba backwards. But remember that the reason I'm here is to continue taking your development forward. Still a development in Nkhata Bay. Next on my list are the good people of Nkhata Bay, Madam Speaker, who are represented in this House by Honorables Jimpeni, Kanyasho, Kaunda, Pande, Mwase, and Goma. In the area of food security development, what we have done for the food security of Nkhata Bay in the past 4 years includes construction of the 450 hectares Linga irrigation scheme, which is one of 16 new irrigation schemes covering 2,215 hectares. Under the Green Belt Authority, we have also started rehabilitating Loya irrigation scheme, where 100 hectares have been restored and water intake works completed. Meanwhile, our Affordable Inputs Program provided fertilizer and seeds to 46,000 farmers in 2020, 30,835 farmers in 2021, 20,926 in 2022, 16,810 in 2023, and 9,904 farmers in 2024. But as people have been graduating from the program, the Mega Farm Unit has stepped in to support 11 mega farmers and 425 regular farmers with loans for fertilizer and seed. And then, for as many as 10,494 families without enough food to eat, we have provided 2,296 metric tons of maize worth 1.1 billion kwacha. But everyone visiting Nkhata Bay will see immediately that the people are entrepreneurial, and so we have delivered enormous investments in their economic development as follows. 3.1 billion kwacha in NIF loans for starting businesses has been disbursed to 4,506 people. 6,470 vulnerable households have been receiving social cash transfers, and an additional 14,176 people who can work have been served by our climate smart enhanced public works. To expand economic opportunities that come with having electricity, we have connected Kangoi 1 to electricity, together with Kangoi 2, Njola, Goneka, Ntchisi, Tungulu, and Kachenga, turning these trading centers into economic engines. But we have also connected 2,475 houses through MEA, and another 4,849 houses through solar installations. And now, for the first time ever, we have raised a communication tower at Chitipa to open up the world to the wonders of Nkhata Bay. Nkhata Bay is a tourist dream, and we want the world to come and enjoy it. This is why we have also focused on its governance development by increasing the participation of locals in the tourist sector there, including a phased tourist functions devolution program that will encourage locals to create local products and activities. I have no doubt that a wave of tourists is coming to Nkhata Bay in response to our policy interventions in the sector, but we are also making sure that Nkhata Bay is ready. That readiness includes investments we have made in human capital development, such as the 5 health posts we have built at Ntchisi, Kawoyozi, Chimbere, Kavuzi, and Banda, as well as the community day secondary schools we have built to prepare the youth from Nkhata Bay, located at Bula, Kanyazuka, and Makumbo. In infrastructure development, the CDF resources have been providing for 4 years. We have been providing for 4 years, have now produced a hostel for girls, 4 administration blocks, 10 teachers' houses, 109 wells of water, 5 water systems, 370 kilometers of rural roads, 23 bridges, and 3 markets. But we have added to these by construction the Nkhata Bay water supply and sanitation project, which is now bringing safe water to 105,000 people, not counting the many more who will be served by the Ntcheu water project, currently at 86% completion. So because of the patience of the people of Nkhata Bay in enduring the season of painful sacrifices that we have all been going through these past 4 years, we have been able to deliver all these collective developments in the district. That is why my message to the good people of Nkhata Bay is this: be ready to hear other parties this year offering to take you backwards, but remember that the reason I'm here is to continue taking you forward. State of development in Likoma. Madam Speaker, from Nkhata Bay we go 79 kilometers east to find the good people of Likoma. And there too we have spent the last 4 years delivering collective development as a dividend for the painful the people there have made to make that collective development possible. They are only represented in this House by Honorable Ashim Songwe. Under the Constitution of Malawi, they have as much of a right to development as any other district. which is why I made sure that I visited the island while in office to end the long history of the island being neglected by sitting heads of state. In food security development, we have reached a cumulative 3,731 households with fertilizers between 2020 and 2025. We have put 323 households on social cash transfer and an additional 2,584 on climate smart cash to give income security to the most vulnerable. We have supplemented this worth of food to 543 households that have each received 2 50-kilogram bags of maize to sustain them through the lean season. In economic development, we have extended NIF business loans amounting to 1 billion kwacha to 1,696 people to boost their business. We have given an additional 8 SMEs on the island financial support from the Finesse project to enhance their liquidity and scale up their businesses. We have stopped a dubious and fraudulent attempt by some unpatriotic people in our country to sell the island to foreigners for a song that is protecting the island's economic future. We have canceled the 2 unprofitable shipping concessions that the DPP had given to a foreign company for 35 years, and we are now on course to capacitate the Malawi Lake Service Limited to make money and create jobs for Malawians that depend on the lake. We have made it clear to 2 different and successive presidents across the border that every inch of the lake belongs to the realm and forests to the Great South and its valley of meandering rivers, because what my administration has done there in 4 years is also a credit to the endurance of the people I have had the honor of serving there. And to start with, I will report on the state of the developments we have delivered to the good people of Nsanje district, who are represented here by Honorables Chizuzu, Ganda, Mohammed, Mandevana, and Valeta. In food security development, we have reached 5,028 beneficiaries with AIP subsidy redemptions. We have disbursed 195 million kwacha worth of NIF fertilizer loans. We have disbursed 3.9 billion kwacha worth of food to 36,904 households. We have disbursed social cash transfers to another 7,074 households. We have disbursed climate smart cash to another 20,423 beneficiaries. We have also disbursed cash transfers to families affected by the Cyclone Freddy, reaching another 51,588 beneficiaries. We have rehabilitated Machinga and more irrigation schemes to grow food on 1,000 hectares of land. In economic development, we have disbursed 2 billion kwacha NIF loans to 2,438 people in Nsanje for starting businesses. We improved access to finance for 608 micro, small, and medium enterprises. Under Merit 9, we have connected 100 households to electricity. In human capital development, we built 1 school, added 29 new classrooms, and recruited 231 primary school teachers on a permanent basis. We have finished the Tengani Community College, which is now operational, to give the youth of Nsanje skills that are marketable. In infrastructure development, we have built 28 houses for security agencies in the district to improve its security as an important border district. We have completed the 31-kilometer Nsanje Marker Road, which is now fully operational and being enjoyed by everyone in the district. We have delivered free water connections to 500 households. We have revived the railway system in Nsanje, bringing cargo from Mozambique for the first time in 41 years. Going forward, the import and export corridor we will create through Nsanje will make prices of goods go down in the long term, as well as bring in forex through the export of our own products through the railroad track into Mozambique there. And for this reason, Nsanje will become a major player in our economy over the next 10 years, bringing everything from fuel to fertilizers that's requiring the construction of proper storage facilities of international standard, among other support services. We have already done so much in Nsanje under difficult circumstances, and I will stand with the people there until all our dreams for their development are done. So, my message to the people of Nsanje is this: you may hear others telling you, offering you to take you backwards this year, but remember that the reason I'm here is to take your development forward. State of development of Chikwawa. Madam Speaker, I now take you up towards Chikwawa District, whose constituents are represented here by Honorables Burgess, Jomanika, Dossi, Abdul Karim, Kumbanyiwa, and Mia. And while the people of Chikwawa were enduring the pain of sacrifice and personal gains because of climate change impacts that hit them year after year, I must thank them for still enabling me to deliver the following developments in their district. In food security development, we have delivered AIP subsidies to 8,627 beneficiaries. We have disbursed 338.8 million kwacha NIF loans for fertilizer to those not on AIP. We have spent 9 billion kwacha on food support, which my office has disbursed to 85,441 households. We have supported another 14,263 households with social cash transfers, plus another 26,710 beneficiaries with climate smart cash. But we have surpassed both programs with the cash transfers we have sent to families affected by Cyclone Freddy, whose beneficiaries now stand at 106,744. For the long-term food security of the district, we have developed 43,370 hectares under the Sheer Valley Transformation Project, using 45 kilometers of canals that have achieved 70% progress. For Chikwawa's economic development, we have disbursed 2.6 billion kwacha in NIF cash loans to 4,173 beneficiaries to start their own businesses, plus another 1,020 businesses that we have supported with access to finance. Under Merit 9, we have connected 222 households to electricity to expand their economic opportunities. We have set up a passport service center to improve the service that young people need to access foreign markets. In Chikwawa's infrastructure development, we have built 107 security staff houses. Through my Cyclone Freddy Goodwill Ambassador Initiative, we have built another 10 houses for Cyclone Freddy victims who lost homes. We have built 3 schools, added 33 new classrooms, and recruited about 285 primary school teachers. We have built a new teachers training college. And the good news for Chikwawa is that the infrastructure projects are still coming. And the impact they will have on the district's ability to expand its economic activity in the next 10 years will be enormous. This is especially true of new roads we have in the pipeline, such as the 95-kilometer Tabwa-Bangula Road, the 85-kilometer Sidikmia Highway, and the 62-kilometer Gwanda-Chakwamba Highway, all of which have feasibility studies being done as we speak. Then there is the Chikwawa surface water supply project, which is making good progress, which will serve for the 3,052 beneficiaries. Although so far we have already connected 650 homes to piped water for free, as we promised. And I want to see these developments to their completion because it is what the people of Chikwawa deserve. But my request to the 271,000 registered voters there is that even though you will hear other parties saying that I have done nothing in your district and that you should go back, therefore, backwards, remember that the reason I'm here is to always take your development forward. State of development in Thyolo. Madam Speaker, I believe it is safe to say that nowhere is the false claim that I have done nothing for Malawians repeated by dishonest politicians than in Thyolo. So today, I thank the Lord for the opportunity to set that record straight. Thankfully, Madam Speaker, none of those dishonest politicians are here today. For present here are only such honest representatives of Thyolo District as Honorables Chipungu, Nchacha, Naeja, Malunga Pini, Sandram Scott, Poverty White, not to be confused with white poverty, and my good friend, Honorable Navicha. All of whom I trust to convey this report to the good people of Thyolo without distortions. In food security development, Madam, we have responded to the extensive destruction of crops and vast farmlands in Thyolo by disbursing 238.8 million kwacha in input loans. Under Agicom 2, we have invested 411 million kwacha in farming equipment like tractors, trucks, feed processing machines, warehousing, milk bulking facilities, and dairy cows. Under AIP, we have provided subsidies to 7,186 beneficiaries. We have spent 3.7 billion kwacha on relief maize, which my office has distributed to over 7,500 households. We have rehabilitated the silos. We have rehabilitated the silos in Luchenza to ensure that no food is lost through poor storage. We have completed preparations for the rehabilitation of 100 hectares of land at Mpuka Irrigation Scheme. For Thyolo's economic development, we have disbursed 67.8 million kwacha NIF cash loans for business. We are making Thyolo a safe place for business by constructing 100 houses for security agencies there. We have connected 9,766 homes in Thyolo to electricity through Merit, MEAP, and SHS initiatives. We have connected 550 homes to electricity for free. We have rescued hundreds of laborers in the tea estates from years of exploitation and abuse. while supporting the tea farms to meet international standards for compliance with the law in order to resume operations that are essential for Malawi's export revenue. For human capital infrastructure development, we have constructed 12 health posts at Tukuta, Namatuni, Towera, Lomola, Kate, Katombere, Sabwe, Chilengo, Zimbiri, Kwetemule, Amalika, and Chitembe. We have also constructed 2 new secondary schools, 19 new secondary school classrooms, and 7 primary school classrooms. We have almost completed the 77-kilometer Cholo-Bangula Road. So, no matter what anyone tells the people of Cholo about me, I know they're wise enough to recognize the truth. And the truth is that even though the 253,000 of you who are registered voters there will be told by other parties that this is the year to go backwards, I ask you to remember that the reason I'm here is to continue taking your development forward. State of development in Mulanje. Similarly, Madam Speaker, here's what we have delivered in food security development for the good people of Mulanje, who are represented in this House by an army of honorables in the names of Chida, Kilekwa, Matanda, Musowa, Tenda, Samson Pili, Tambala, Nankuma, and Chaponda, the honorable leader of opposition himself. In the 4 years I became president, we have disbursed 300 million kwacha in loans for fertilizers. We have spent 519 million kwacha on farming equipment to increase production and Agicom 2. We have provided AIP subsidies to 4,289 farming households. We have spent 7.4 billion kwacha on relief maize, which my office has distributed to 69,497 households in Mulanje alone. We are making Mulanje a secure place for business by constructing 26 security houses that are in progress. In human capital and infrastructure development, we have completed the construction of 3 health posts at Sukayawe, Chimbalanga, Nankonyo, as well as the rehabilitation of the laboratory at Mulanje DHO. We have invested in the youth of Mulanje by constructing 9 new secondary schools, 46 new secondary school classrooms, and 21 new primary school classrooms, and recruiting 449 new teachers. We have connected 11,155 homes to electricity through the World Bank-supported MAREP, HS, and MEAP initiatives, and have made 650 free water connections. We have completed works on the Zomba Jali-Chtakari Road. We have also almost done with the structural works on Rural Bridge, and a new contractor will soon be on the site of Tuchira Bridge to finish the works there. Madam Speaker, the people of Mulanje deserve to have the development of their district continue on this path. It is understandable that the ravages of climate change in the past 4 years have caused them great pain. But it is their endurance of that pain that has made it possible for us to deliver such numerous developments to them. As such, all I can say to the people of Mulanje is that even though you will hear other parties offering to take you backwards, I ask you to remember that what I've done in the past 4 years is proof that the reason I'm here is to take your development forward. state of development in Phalombe. Madam Speaker, I turn next to the account of our deliverables to the people of Phalombe, who are represented in this House by Honorables Bogosi, Million, Mpanga, Namachekitapiri, and Mwina, and to whom we have delivered the following in the past 4 years. We have provided AIP subsidies to 7,046 beneficiaries. We have disbursed 427.2 million NIF loans for fertilizer. We have spent 4.7 billion on food, which my office has distributed to 44,696 households. We have done social cash transfers to 11,099 households. We have done climate smart cash support to another 22,542 beneficiaries. We have done cash transfers for those affected by Cyclone Freddy, reaching 49,678 beneficiaries. We have also provided El Nino lean season support to another 10,299 beneficiaries. And to stimulate economic activity for economic development, we disbursed a total of 2.3 billion kwacha in NIF loans to 2,851 beneficiaries, plus additional financing to another 1,020 SMEs for scaling up their business operations. We have secured a mining development agreement with Lancaster Exploration Limited, a subsidiary of Mkango Resources Limited, for the Songwe Hills rare earth elements mining project in the district. And we are being vigilant to ensure that the people of Phalombe are the first beneficiaries of this national treasure. Under MARIP 9, we have connected 67 households to electricity. We have also delivered 66 houses to Cyclone Freddy victims. We have set up a new border post at Likangala to enhance security and revenue collection. We have completed the construction of 29 security staff houses to make Phalombe safe for business. And to advance Phalombe's human capital, we have built 4 schools, added 39 new classrooms, and recruited 210 teachers on permanent basis. And we have fully operationalized the John Chilembe Hospital. And we have delivered free water connections to 450 households. We have been able to do all of this because the people of Phalombe gave me the gift of their patience and endurance. And for that, I must thank them. That we have delivered all of these things in a season of sacrifice and pain, I ask the 170,000 registered voters in Phalombe not to be swayed by anyone who offers to take them backwards, because I can assure them that if they want a president who will take their development forward, here I am. State of development in Zomba. Madam Speaker, the good people of Zomba are represented in this House by Honorable Zawali, Suswele Banda, Bongwe, Boroman, Gadama, Kwerepeta, Million, Naliwa, Tijere Piri, and Poya. And the endurance of the people of Zomba, of the season of painful sacrifices we have passed through, has enabled us to deliver the following milestones in food security development. We have invested 687 million kwacha in farm equipment, like for better use under Agicom 2. We have disbursed 1 billion kwacha NIF farm input loans. We have reached 25,000 farmers with AIP subsidies. We have rehabilitated 5 irrigation schemes to improve yields for 2,500 farming households. We have cultivated 2,500 hectares at Domasimeka Farm, which will feed many people. We have spent 4 billion kwacha on buying relief maize for hungry households. which my office has distributed to 75,344 households. We have adjudicated cases involving 58,394 parcels of land, which are critical for household food production. In human capital infrastructure development, we have constructed 4 police units and 13 units of MDF houses, with another 397 under construction. We are almost done with the construction of Zomba Central Hospital's workshop to give vocational skills to inmates. We have completed the expansion of Doma's College of Education with support from the Japanese government, and we have recruited new 382 primary school teachers. We have constructed 6 community-day secondary schools and completed 36 secondary school classrooms and 23 primary school classrooms. We have completed construction works for Nambande, Chinguma, and Gwaza health posts funded by GIZ, Canada Fund, and CDF, respectively. While construction work is ongoing for the health posts of Maulana and Nampula. We have completed 1,396 free water connections. We have completed 90% of construction works for Zomba Stadium Phase 2. We have upgraded 23 kilometers of Zomba City roads, including Namiwawa road dualization. We have completed construction of Zomba Jari Phalombe Dakari Road. We have connected 13,705 houses to electricity under MERIC, MEAP, and SHS. We have completed construction of 6 new secondary schools. When I think of Zomba, we have been able to do there for the people. It gives me hope of seeing Zomba become a major city again in the next 10 years. For it has so many advantages that we must put to good use. But I want to implore the 289,000 registered voters in the district not to fall into the temptation of following parties that promise to take them backwards. Because the reason I'm here is to take that development forward. The state of development in Chiradzulu. In food security development, we are supporting 26,413 food insecure households with ongoing food relief. We have provided agricultural inputs to 4,030 beneficiaries through AIP. We have provided social cash transfers to 9,902 families and climate smart cash transfers to another 14,117 families, plus an addition of 5,686 families with cash transfers for post-Cyclone Freddy response. We have constructed 52 houses for families affected by Cyclone Freddy. In economic development, we have disbursed 1.7 billion kwacha to 906 farmers for agricultural input loans. We have disbursed 1.6 billion kwacha in NIF loans for new businesses. We have secured $33 million in funds for cash transfers to Chiradzulu from our partner Give Directly. In human capital and infrastructure development, we have constructed 5 health posts, including Chimarira, Ngomba, Bunda, and Malaya. We have recruited and deployed 220 health workers across the district. We have granted university students to 956 students loans from Chiradzulu. We have recruited and deployed 110 new teachers. We have constructed ICT labs at Chigodi CDSS and Bloomberg CDSS. We are constructing 44 classroom blocks across 26 schools under the MERIP initiative. We have built 4 community-day secondary schools under the SEED project and expanded 2 community-day secondary schools under the ECOS project at Nguludi and Marabi. Through CDF resources account amounting to 1 billion for the district, we have constructed houses for 5 traditional leaders, Likoswe, Chema, Chitera, Maoni, and Punga. We have maintained 167 kilometers of local roads and constructed 47 bridges in Chiradzulu. We have connected electricity to 87 households under merit and 3,156 households through solar power. And just 2 weeks ago, we honored our promise to the Providence Industrial Mission by supplying an ambulance services for the services of their hospital. State of development in Mwanza. Madam Speaker, the good people of Mwanza sent a son and a daughter to this house to represent them. And they are Honorables Chitsulo and Dausi. And it is my honor to present them with an account of what we have delivered to their constituents in the past 4 years as follows. We have disbursed 157.3 million kwacha of NIF input loans. We have given AIP subsidies to 15,000 farmers. We have rehabilitated 3 irrigation schemes, provided water to 1,500 farming households, and cultivated 2,000 hectares at Chidia Mega Farm. We have completed and operationalized the one-stop border post, reducing customs clearance time by 70%. We have invested 143.8 million in farm equipment supported by World Bank through ACCOM 2. We have disbursed 53.7 million in NIF cash loans for businesses. We have employed 500 people in graphite extraction. We have distributed relief maize to 13,950 households worth 1.4 billion kwacha. We have fully refurbished Mwanza Magistrate Court, 2 police units, and 10 police houses. We have completed Galata and Kalanga health posts, and we have upgraded Tambani Health Center to a rural hospital, while another 3 new health centers have been completed. We have completed 2 secondary schools. We are completing works for Mwanza Stadium to open it for the youth in 2 months. We have connected 3,359 households to electricity. We have completed 550 free water connections. We have constructed 2 community just next door in the district of Neno, represented in this house by Honorables Kasonga Piri and Madengambiri Tembo. We have served the people there by delivering the following developments. In food security development, we have disbursed 192.4 million in NIF farm input loans. We have helped 12,500 farming households access AIP subsidies. We have rehabilitated 2 irrigation schemes benefiting 1,200 farming households. We have cultivated in Mlalemba Mega Farm. And in economic development, we have invested 200.7 million kwacha in farm equipment through ACCOM 2. We have disbursed 149 million kwacha in NIF cash loans for business startups. We have spent 2.2 billion kwacha on relief maize, which my office has distributed to 13,869 households. And in infrastructure development, we have completed 1 police unit and 10 security houses. State of development in Balaka. Madam Speaker, going slightly north of Neno and Mwanza is Balaka district, whose people are represented here by Honorables Makande, Mambala, Devere, and Galande. And what you will find there are signs of the progress we have made in 4 years to deliver developments to the people there. In food security, we are supporting 51,800 households with food relief because as many as 62% of the entire population is deemed food insecure because of the drought that kills any food that people grow. Through AIP, we are supporting 8,523 beneficiaries with subsidized inputs. We have provided social cash transfers to 10,070 families, climate smart cash to 22,474 people, and Cyclone Freddy cash support to 8,153 households. In economic development, we have disbursed 355 million kwacha in NIF loans for agricultural input to 539 farmers. We have also provided another set of NIF loans worth 2.5 billion to 4,277 individuals to support their businesses. Through the Mega Farm Initiative, we have extended maize loans to 2 mega farmers to cultivate maize and cotton. Through AgriCom, we are supporting 7 producer cooperatives to build warehouses, engage in livestock farming, and acquire processing equipment so they can open factories next. Through the World Bank-funded Finance project, we have assisted 2,103 SMEs, MSMEs, with access to financing. We have also provided training on mining to Tagwirizana and Simbweti gold cooperatives. I personally visited the Portland Cement Project site at Ngonga Hill last year, which will soon start operations and provide jobs for some of Balaka's youth. And to make Balaka safer for businesses, we have reduced the crime rate in the district by 4%, no doubt deterred by our successful prosecution of 568 cases across Balaka. In human capital and infrastructure development, we are constructing 2 health posts at Nkaya and Munguzi, 3 maternity wings at Kwitanda, Chimatiro, and Chiendausiku, and recruited 209 medical personnel. We have provided university student loans to 811 students from Balaka. We have recruited and deployed 437 teachers. We have distributed 4,748 tablets to Balaka schools under the FEED program. Under the MEREP, we are constructing 30 new classrooms, and we have expanded 3 community-day secondary schools under the ECOS project and constructed ICT labs at St. Peter's CDSS and Kombe CDSS. And this does not include the development done through the funding we provide through the CDF, which had produced 13 new bridges and improved 16 old ones, gravel roads, and new 20 classroom blocks and hostels for girls. We are constructing the Balaka Town Loop Road, which had been neglected for decades. We connected electricity to 80 households under MAREP and 6,070 under solar installation households MEAP. We have connected 500 households to piped water through the Free Water Connection Initiative. And we have constructed 40 housing units for the Malawi Police Services. Meanwhile, in the upcoming year, we will begin construction of the Sipelionde Road, installation of street lights on the Balaka Loop Road, and construction of Kwisa Health Center and Magombera Health Post. Madam Speaker, it is unfortunate that the people of Balaka suffer from the blows of climate change year in and year out. But I must commend them for their endurance. And it is because of their patience that we've been able to deliver so much development in the district, and I am determined to do more, because the only reason I'm here is to take their development forward. State of development in Machinga. Madam Speaker, And I wish to take you further east to show you what we have done for the people of Machinga, whose representatives in this House are the Honorables Bokosi, Chikwanje, Jolobala, Kalitendere, Msaka, Magonjwa, and Dedza, in whose district I'm proud to say that we have delivered the following in 4 years. We have brought food relief to 80,368 families who were identified as being food insecure. We provided AIP subsidies to 8,373 beneficiaries. We provided social cash transfers to 18,163 families. Climate smart cash to 23,469 people. Post-cyclone Freddy cash transfer to 7,490 households. And El Nino lean season cash support to 17,293 households. And to develop Machinga's economy, we have disbursed 925 million kwacha in agricultural input loans to 1,171 farmers. We have disbursed 4.9 billion kwacha to 8,781 people to support their various businesses. We have created 4 mega farms to cultivate maize and rice. We are supporting 5 cooperatives involved in livestock farming and processing. Through the World Bank funded finance project, we have assisted 904 MSMEs with access to financing. We have also provided training on mine, safety, and regulatory frameworks to Birila Mining Cooperative, that's gold. We have made Machinga safer than it was before by reducing the crime rate by 13% and prosecuting over 300 cases. We have constructed 5 health centers since 2020. We are upgrading Ntcheu Health Center to Ntcheu Community Hospital. We have provided university student loans to 537 students from Machinga. We have recruited and deployed 178 teachers, distributed 311 tablets to 145 pupils at Mwachea School and 166 at Chilala Primary School. Under the MEREP, we have completed the construction of 7 classroom blocks, while 35 are under construction and 42 in procurement. We have expanded 5 community-day secondary schools under the ECOS project, including Nampea, Nankuyu, Machinga, Mbejere, and Chilimba CDSS. We have constructed an ICT lab at Mpotola CDSS in Machinga Likwenu North. We are also constructing a home for Paramount Kawinga to provide better facilities for governance. We have constructed 40 housing units for the Malawi Police Service. We have connected over 12,000 households to electricity. We have connected 600 households to piped water through our free water connection initiative. Now, the state of development in Mangochi. As for Mangochi District, Madam Speaker, it is represented here by Honorables Adams, Jambo, Juma, Carlos, Kanyama, Kapichira, Kazembe, Kingston, Masamba, Namalomba, Patel, and Rashid. And I'm happy to inform them of the developments we have delivered to the good people of Mangochi, which are many, but I will highlight a few ones to give you a picture. In the time I've been president, what we have delivered to the people of Mangochi includes AIP subsidies to 14,657 beneficiaries, NEF fertilizer loans worth 637 million kwacha, food support to 123,433 households, an investment of 6.5 billion kwacha. Social cash transfers to 28,367 households. Climate smart cash transfers to 25,502 beneficiaries. Post-cyclone cash transfers to 3,592 families. El Nino lean season cash support to 26,112 beneficiaries. Rehabilitation of the 300-hectare Nkopola mega farm. Cash loans for starting businesses amounting to 6.7 billion kwacha given to 9,748 beneficiaries, plus support with access to financing for another 1,559 SMEs. We started negotiations for the Makanjira heavy mineral sand project. Under MAREP, 350 households have now gotten electricity. We have built 15 houses for cyclone victims. We are constructing the Mangochi district chamber and finance offices, now at 72%. We set up a new border post at Katuli to enhance security and revenue collection. We completed 90 security staff houses. We have built 9 schools, added 38 new classrooms, and recruited about 330 primary school teachers. We have built 25 health posts. We have secured funding for the 96-kilometer Mangochi-Makanjira road. And we have also delivered free water connections to 3,756 households. I could say more, but as you can see, Madam Speaker, our concern for the people of Mangochi is genuine, for we have not left them to fend for themselves in their struggle for economic freedom. This does not mean that the journey is over, but it does mean that the journey has begun. And I believe that the people of Mangochi will want to continue that journey until we cross the finish line. So the 663,000 registered voters in Mangochi and Machinga, I say this: do not give up the fight. Let us stay on course until we cross over into our season of harvest. This is a time to take our development forward, not backwards. State of development in Dedza. And now, Madam Speaker, allow me to give a synopsis of what we have done for the people of Dedza district in the past 4 years, though I know that the representatives of that district, namely Honorables Bandawe, Chidovu, Chinkondo, Gwengwe, Kafwafwa, Malango, Mlomba, and Onani, are all vigilant individuals who are fully aware of the following developmental milestones. From the 2020 to 2025 growing seasons, we have cumulatively distributed 66,053 metric tons of fertilizer to 660,533 households in the district. We facilitated cash transfers to 19,600 households and climate smart cash to 21,661 beneficiaries. We provide 1.2 billion kwacha in NIF loans for fertilizer to 1,444 farmers. We provided cash loans amounting to 727,300,000 kwacha to 354 mega farmers working on 7,983 acres of land. We spent 3.3 billion to buy maize to help food insecure families. And in Dedza, we distributed this food to 31,594 households, with each household receiving 250 kilograms, 50 bags of maize. We distributed or disbursed 5.5 billion kwacha NIF loans for people wanting to go into business. We recruited a total of 324 teachers to improve the quality of education for the youth of Dedza to receive going forward. We connected 214 households to the grid and another 6,540 to solar power. We have connected 188 houses to water free of charge, and we have constructed 6 new secondary schools, 26 secondary school classrooms, and 14 primary school classrooms. We have constructed 8 health posts, and the construction of 88 security housing units is underway and scheduled for completion within the year. State of development in Dowa. Equally, Madam Speaker, Dowa District, which is represented here by Honorables Chimwendo Banda, Chitatanga, Daud, Harawa, Kawale, Kayembe, and Sungitsa, did not escape my development attention over the past 4 years. If you ask these members, they will tell you of 600,602 households who have benefited from AIP since 2020. They will tell you of 19,000 families that have benefited from social cash transfer, and 23,295 households that have benefited from the Climate Smart Cash program. They will also tell you that we provided NIF loans amounting to $2.2 billion to 2,341 farmers to access farm inputs. They will tell you of cash loans amounting to $1.9 billion that 276 farmers accessed to diversify their farms. They will tell you of the $3.2 billion my office spent to buy and distribute relief food to 30,051 households in Dowa, with each household receiving 2 50-kilogram bags of maize. They will tell you of the $11.3 billion in NIF that we delivered to 10,362 young people wanting to go into business. They will tell you of the credit facilities that we helped 1,500 SMEs gain access to scale up their businesses. They will tell you of the 1.3 billion kwacha that we used to finance 45 cooperatives to diversify their agriculture under Agricom. And under infrastructure development, they will tell you that we connected 130 homes to the national grid under Merit. Then another 8,743 through solar home systems. If you ask them, Madam Speaker, they will tell you how we have connected 288 houses to piped water free of charge. They will also tell you that we've built 2 new secondary schools and 12 secondary school classrooms there, plus 12 health posts, 9 of which are already done, while the construction of 242 housing units are under construction. If you listen to them carefully, Madam Speaker, they will tell you that we have completed the 15.2 kilometer Dowa Chesi Road, as has phase 1 of the 8.5 kilometer Zarega-Mpalo Road. State of development in Ntcheu, Madam Speaker. We need to spare a thought for brave and strong people in Ntcheu, because they have suffered greatly this past year, not just in general terms, but have felt the terrible anguish of losing their beloved Impi, their beloved Bieni, who was suddenly taken from their midst, no longer to dance with them, laugh with them, and make merry with them. I therefore wish to express to all the sons and daughters of Ntcheu my deepest condolences for the loss of such an icon as one Saus Klaus Chirima. It is my prayer that as you listen to the litany of developments that have been delivered in Ntcheu these past 4 years, you will take comfort in knowing that until 8 months ago, Dr. Chirima made a significant contribution to this government's ability to deliver on all these developments, for which I pray he gets just reward from God our Father. So to all the members of this House who represent the district of Ntcheu, including Honorables Chaola Mdoko, Chilikumtima, Chimalira, Chipungu, Bawala, Salambula, and Zimpondo, I humbly present you with the developments we have delivered for the majestic people of Ntcheu over the past 4 years. We have invested 162 million kwacha in farm equipment, processing and warehousing through Agicom, benefiting 1,067 farmers. We have rehabilitated 3,000 hectares at Sangano Mega Farm, 1,400 hectares at Mwanza Valley Irrigation Scheme. We have rehabilitated 4 irrigation schemes to boost maize and rice production for 2,000 famine households. We have disbursed NEEF cash loans worth 252,700,000 kwacha to our youth and women entrepreneurs in Ntcheu. We have distributed maize worth 3.6 billion kwacha to 34,482 households. We have secured employment for 700 young people through gold mining exploration taking place in the district. We have completed construction of 3 police units. We are constructing 33 houses for police and 6 houses for immigration officers. We have completed 2 health posts at Nkhata and Kulanga, while site handovers are underway at Nsanje and Chakwera. We have constructed 5 secondary schools, 30 secondary school classrooms, 24 primary school classrooms, and recruited new 174 school teachers. We have connected 8,727 households to electricity under MARIC, Malawi Rural Electrification Program. We are constructing mini grids at Mzimba, which is at 30%. We have made 124 free water connections. We are almost done with the construction of Ntcheu Stadium. And the Ntcheu Kambilonjo Road has now been surfaced on the Ntcheu Tsangano Neno Mwanza Road. And as we face the future together, carrying the wounds we feel deep inside from SKC's death, let us boldly draw inspiration from his life of courage, passion, humor, and generosity towards all those he crossed paths with. And let us count ourselves fortunate to have lived in the times of Salazar Salima, whom I believe we need to crown with a fitting honor as a nation, perhaps one that can all pay tribute to at the state memorial of his passing, that I hope we can all be part of in June. May his soul rest in peace. The state of development in Kasungu. Madam Speaker, the life of SKC was so transformational that I found his boldness in life and leadership to be a reminder of yet another icon of our nation, Dr. Hastings Kamuzubanda, who hailed from Kasungu. As such, allow me to give you my account of what we have delivered to the good people of Kasungu, who are represented in this House by Honorables Chichola Banda, Bango, Bonongwe, Chiponda, Kambaua, Kandodo, Kazombo, Tonga, and Koma. The foreign developments are the sum of our deliverables to the people of Kasungu. We have supported 43,208 food insecure households through the ongoing relief food distribution. We have been providing IIP support to 44,576 farmers. We've been providing social cash transfers to 19,409 families and smart climate cash to 23,512 households. We have disbursed 4.3 billion kwacha in agricultural loans to 2,708 farmers, and another 12.3 billion to 9,724 people to support their businesses. We have supported 252 mega farmers with MAIC loans to cultivate food and cash crops. We are backing 17 cooperatives in the current season benefiting 1,703 farmers. Madam Speaker, I'd like to make an additional point on mechanization. During one of my trips abroad, I sourced 20 durable massive Ferguson and Case tractors from Europe. And I pleaded that 7 of these tractors were loaned to entrepreneurs in Kasungu district. Through the World Bank-backed Finesse project, we have assisted 2,547 SMEs with financing to boost their businesses. We have completed 106 kilometers of the 130-kilometer perimeter fence at Kasungu National Park, and 263 elephants and 431 other species have been translocated from Liwonde National Park to enhance tourism. We trained locals in Kasungu about mining. We have made Kasungu safer by reducing crime rate by 3.5%. We recruited and deployed 358 health workers. We've been constructing the OPD and pain wing at Kasungu District Hospital. We have provided university student loans to 1,336 students. We have recruited and deployed 3,810 teachers, constructed 32 classroom blocks, constructed 2 community colleges at Pampa and Kambira. We are building ICT labs at 5 community day secondary schools, including Tuntama and Lojwa. We have secured over 20,000 tablets that we will give child pupils to enhance their learning experience, half of which will be used by girls. We have provided money for constituency development, which has provided 12 houses for medical workers or teachers, 14 bridges, 3 under 5 clinics, a girls' hostel, and a water system. We constructed health centers at Mpopa, Lojwa, and Office. We constructed bridges at Mkuta, Kasigidzi, and Chiloza. We constructed 6 staff houses for police officers at Chisinga, Kamboni, and Kapelu. We constructed Kasungu District Council Office. We expanded Gogode Health Center. We have constructed 296 houses for security agencies. We completed phase 1 of the Kasungu Town Loop Road. We rehabilitated 255 kilometers of roads. We are constructing the M1 road between Lumbads and Chiweta, of which 116 kilometer section runs through Kasungu. We connected 187 households to electricity under merit, 14,748 under the solar home states, and 3,125 under mayor. We connected 407 households to piped water. It goes without saying, Madam Speaker, that Kasungu is a gateway district. And so there is no need for us to improve our capacity. There is need for us, rather, to improve our capacity to keep Kasungu within our economic rights. And that calls for investments. Another set of important districts are the lakeshore districts of Salima and Nkhotakota, which are not only critical to our strategic goals in agriculture, but also in tourism and mining. We have, therefore, been investing resources in these districts over the past 4 years to position them for prosperity in the near future. Let us start with Salima, whose people are represented here by Honorables Kapantengo Yona, Kapiseni Piri, Manja, Mwawa, and Pale. State of development in Salima. 19,363 beneficiaries have redeemed their ARP subsidies. 338.8 million in NIF fertilizer loans have been disbursed to 1,300 people. 37,753 households have received food support worth 4 billion kwacha. We have done social cash transfers to 11,814 households, but also reached another 20,041 beneficiaries through the Climate Smart Cash, plus another 106,744 beneficiaries through the Post-Cyclone Support Initiative, and a final 9,960 supported through the El Nino lean season support. We rehabilitated the feeds irrigation schemes. We disbursed 3.7 billion kwacha NIF loans to 5,529 beneficiaries, plus an additional 6,994 MSMEs with finance access for scaling up operations. Under the Malawi Rural Electrification Project, we have connected 94 households to electricity. Under the MIAP, we have connected 10,979 households. We have acquired 52.7 hectares of land at traditional authority Maganga and Salima for the development of the Salima Integrated Holiday Resort and Public Beach. We have built 8 schools, added 56 new classrooms, and recruited about 290 primary school teachers on permanent basis, leading to an additional 5,020 new enrollments. Through the Malawi Youth Games, a national program involving both primary and secondary schools launched by the Minister of Youth and Sports, through which 2,000 talented athletes were identified from 20,000 youths, and every Malawian should be proud that Salima Secondary School football team won gold in the African Schools Football Championship. We commenced the Salima Lilongwe Water Supply Project, which will benefit over 1.5 million people in Salima, Dowa, Ntchisi, and Lilongwe. We commenced construction of the 50-megawatt Nanjoka power plant in Salima. We revamped the Salima Sugar Company Limited and is currently producing 21,000 metric tons of sugar and employs over 4,200 people. We are constructing the 60-kilometer Kapatenga-Benga M5 road, having completed the Rifyozi Bridge. We have also delivered free water connections to 504 households. State of development in Nkhotakota. Similarly, Madam Speaker, the Lakeshore District of Nkhotakota must be jealously guarded, and its people must be given the assurance that their government puts the development of the district at the top of its priority list. I will therefore proceed to say how we have done exactly that over the past 4 years for the district of Nkhotakota, which is represented in this House by Honorables Chimuntu Banda, Ibrahim, Kaise, Kondowe, and Mazizi. My office is supporting 19,822 food insecure households with emergency food. We are providing AIP to 18,179 beneficiaries. We are providing social cash transfers to 8,743 families and climate smart cash to another 15,736. We have disbursed 1.7 billion kwacha to 1,282 farmers for agricultural input loans. We have disbursed 5 billion to 4,863 people to support their various economic enterprises. Through the Mega Farm Initiative, we have given MAEC loans to 15 mega farmers to cultivate 478 hectares of maize, tobacco, and ginger. Through Agicom, we have supported cooperatives to build 5 warehouses and 7 cold storage rooms and acquire 6 tractors, 5 power tillers, 5 light trucks, and processing equipment. Through the World Bank-funded Finesse project, We have assisted 907 micro, small, and medium enterprises, primarily benefiting women and youth. We have constructed 4 health posts at Bamba, Nati, Namsongole, and the final one at Sasani. We have recruited and deployed 216 of health workers there. We have provided loans to 756 university students. We have recruited and deployed 438 teachers in the district to enhance the education of the youth there. We have constructed 4 schools, 41 classrooms, 1 administration block, and 5 teacher houses. We're building 3 ICT labs at Impondagaga, Benga, and Chipati. Under the BEFIT program, we have distributed 4,880 tablets across 27 schools. Under the MEREP initiative, we have completed 98 classroom blocks out of a planned total of 196 classrooms. Under the SEED program, we have established 4 community-day secondary schools: Ntosa CDSS, Mpamanta CDSS, Chirimani CDSS, and Lupachi CDSS. Under the ECOS initiative, we have expanded 5 community-day secondary schools: Dwasulu CDSS, Chipati CDSS, Kasamba CDSS, Mkaika CDSS, and Benga CDSS. Through CDF, the construction of 2 houses for TAs Mwanza and Malengachazi, and 1 market and 1 school administration block, 5 teacher houses have all been completed. We have started rehabilitating the M5 Lakeshore Road after decades of neglect. We have built 30 bridges. We have connected 117 households to electricity under MERIT. Another 9,449 under the solar installation program, and another 2,352 under MIAP. We have facilitated free water connection for 349 households. And just as I like to say that Malawi is not a landlocked, but a land-linked country, so too some districts are important because they serve as links between different districts that surround them. And one such district is Ntchisi, which I will now tackle. Being represented in this House by Honorables Chirapondwa, Chimangeni, Chitekwe, and Kadzanja. What my administration has done in this district by way of development, Madam Speaker, can be summarized as follows. We have supported 12,000 in terms of state of development, 12,564 households with food assistance. We have provided AIP subsidies to 20,025 people. We are providing social cash transfers to 7,625 families and climate smart cash to another 18,553. We have disbursed 385 million in loans for farm inputs, which have benefited 1,400 farmers. We have disbursed another 3.3 billion NEEF business loans to support their various economic enterprises. We are supporting 44 mega farms through MAIC loans that will empower the farms to cultivate 2,119 hectares of maize, soya, and ginger. We have assisted 908 micro, small, and medium enterprises in Ntchisi, primarily benefiting women and youth through access to financing to boost their businesses. We have constructed the Chafumba Health Center, rehabilitated the Molomo Lab, and constructed 5 houses. We have constructed 10 health posts to reduce distance to healthcare facilities. Ntesa, Liwonde, Chinkande, Sambakusi, Chandawe, Malindi, Chakulanjala, Kabina Chakulanjala today. Jazimbobo, Kalasankua, Jansolo, Health Post. We have recruited and deployed 315 health workers. We have provided university student loans to 510 students from Ntchisi. We have recruited and deployed 278 teachers. We have constructed an ICT lab at Kayoyo CDSS. We have constructed 43 classroom blocks. Under the SEED project, we have built 4 community day secondary schools, Masokole, Peza, Kaulatitsi, Chibwea, CDSS. Under the ECOS project, we have built 3 community day secondary schools in Perere, Malanjala, and Malomo. Through the funds we have allocated for the Constituency Development Fund, we have constructed 2 school administration blocks, built 26 teacher houses, and maintained 119 kilometers of local roads, and completed the construction of 72 bridges across Ntchisi. We have constructed the Ntchisi-Maloma Road. We have connected electricity to 63 households under merit, 7,724 households under the Solar Installation Initiative, and 1,134 households under MIA. We have connected 177 households to piped water through the Free Water Connection Initiative. And we look forward to completing the construction of the Maloma-Ntchisi Road, as well as developing roads within Ntchisi Town Center, which will be a beautiful sight. Madam Speaker,
Osaiwala kupanga subscribe